Hey cuties, what's up? We are back with some more of the daily N.O.D.E, and today I think we are going to do Boba Tea ? Because I did end up putting that on my list to do just as something random. Again, if you have any suggestions, let me know for just random things I can make. Also, again, I never do this, but I feel like I should just start doing this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hype, and comment the video if you want to. Again, I usually save that for the very end of the video, but I feel like it's finally time for me to be saying that stuff at the beginning rather than at the end. Like, it's been like, what, for a decade now I've been saving that for the end of the video. I think I finally should just start saying it at the beginning. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hype, and comment if you want. Also, in a second you'll see if you want to help me get a new computer, there is the QR code to my throne to help me get a new PC, because again, my PC is 12 years old. Again, it was bad 12 years ago, so it's only gotten worse. And it makes doing something like this difficult, right? Because my computer is constantly trying to die as I'm making these things. So if you want to help out with that, go ahead. But that's like 5% funded? ? So far. So yeah, again, if you want to help with that, go to that link. Yeah, time for some tea. So I already have everything set up. I even have the suns pre-set up now as well, so we can just go straight into it. So we're gonna go with a cylinder. I even have the world thing as well set up. So it's gonna go straight into editing, and then I'm just gonna bring that up. Actually, hold on, I need to do something first. Let me cut and be right back. Alright. Again, I am someone who has never had boba tea. I don't know if I've said it in this a daily N.O.D. video, but I have said it in other videos. I've never had boba tea. Probably never will, but it's no big deal. I'm just going to shrink this down. We don't need to shrink this down, but why not? So I'm going to start from the bottom and then work my way up to this shape. I'm not going to like just modify the shape from the entire thing. I'm going to slowly build it upwards. So we're going to take the bottom here and like just extrude this, and not extrude it, but scale it out just a bit so it's slanted out. Then we're going to take this, we are going to extrude that. Extrude, scale. So I'm pressing E, then S, and now I'm going to press X, and then Shift and Z at the same time. So that's going to make me extrude. I'm not extrude, it's going to scale the extrusions that I just made on the X and Y axis only. It's ignoring the Z. So we just get a straight pull outward rather than it being affected by the Z, so it is still flat here. And then from there we can extrude that upwards to a decent size. It'd be there. And then scale that outward. They pull that up so it's like slightly longer and a little bit more. We can fix all that later. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to extrude. So we're going to press E, then S for scale. I'm just going to scale this out. I guess I don't need to care about the Z because it's not going to anyways, but this I do actually want to curve upwards. So we're going to pull this up like so. And extrude this up again to probably, what, like there, pull it up a bit more as well. Extrude, scale out. Maybe pull that up just a smidgen. Then extrude up again. A tiny bit. Pull that out a bit. And then we can have the top of the cup here, which might be difficult to extrude scale. Because I need to solidify this, but it's like, okay, how do I get a decent solidification on something like this? So think about there, and I'm going to extrude that up a bit as well. So there. So now we're just going to look at this and see how we feel about the way it looks. That's probably okay. I'm going to add some extra stuff here and there, like beveling these edges, but maybe this, move up and scale out a bit. This is like possibly too much. Really grab that and like scale it out. Maybe even this and scale that out, just so it's not too weird. I mean, does it really matter? Could take this and scale that down. I think this is okay, right? Question mark. So then I'm going to go ahead and take this here and insert a face. Just to give that, we're going to take this edge and bevel it a smidgen, like about there, and then add a couple strokes to that so it curves out. Same thing here, gonna grab it, pull it back just a bit, and add a couple spins of the mouse just to curve the edge. Might even want to add more just to make it more visible, so I'm just going to undo that and pull it back even further just to really curve the bottom of that. Then we're going to add a cut there. We're going to pull it out just a bit, I think. Then bevel that down. So that's rounded coming from there. Then same thing here, take the edge, bevel it, couple strokes. Do I want to do that here too? Yeah, we're gonna slice into that. Scale it out just a smidgen, then go ahead and curve that down so that that's rounded as well. It's like I need this top part to possibly go out further. I'm not sure. Maybe it's fine as it is. We'll figure that out. I think we're good. Question mark. Shade smooth. Some of that isn't like too well because I haven't completely finished what you're calling. Yeah, so we need to take that and you and you and you, and then inserting faces into that. Just like sharpen the edges there. It's weird that this looks so weird. Like it's not sharp despite having this there. Let me just undo this maybe. Like undo that. insert the faces like as small as possible, so like just that. Yeah, try to force a more decent look to it. So everything else has like way too many faces as is, and I'm probably just gonna add some cuts to this as well, just for the sake of adding cuts to give it more shape, because it doesn't really matter how. Oops, didn't mean to do that. How it looks. Do we want to actually have a little bit of fun with this and pull this up a bit? Just to give that a little bit of depth. Now, I don't know what to do with for the lid for this, so don't even ask me about the lid right now. We're going to have a hard enough time trying to simulate the liquid on the inside, which I'm going to be worried about. Now, I think I see something I don't like. I'm going to take this and scale it out. Well, maybe like both. Scale that out, drop that, scale it again. Like that. There. So now if I solidify you, this needs to be like the smallest solidification as well. Which actually it seems like it did go really small. So I can't even tell the thickness there. So it's like, it's this much. It's being added. Now, is that too much or no? You can't even like tell that from a distance, so that probably is fine. So then off of that, I'm going to duplicate that. Then on the duplication, apply that. Change this to not that, to cup. And then this to T, I guess. Let's take T. Let's hide cup so it's not in the way. And maybe here, mark that seam. Take this, Control L, everything outside of that seam, and kill the faces so that we just have this on the inside. Then bring back the cup. And then maybe you can shrink this down like the smallest amount you've ever seen in your life. So it's like, yeah, that's like a really, really small. Though, is it like breaking down? Yeah, it's actually clipping down, so maybe just keep it where it's at. And don't move it. But we do need to edit that and grab the top of this and fill that in. And then we'll just figure out what we're going to do with that later. Oops. I'll just do that. Maybe add another one. I need to get rid of these seams. So then move that down. I probably should have waited to do that, because let me actually cut there, right? So now we have that edge being formed when we pull this down. Like this edge here, around that. Alright. Now, do I want to work on the cup now and then like figure out what we're gonna do? Because again, this is gonna be like really difficult, and then I'm like trying to do something as fast as possible when you know I don't know what I'm gonna do. So we just need another like glass. kind of texture. Where's the fronts? Here are the fronts. Again, we've already added the decor shop as our worlds. New texture here. This is going to be the cup. Do I turn? Well, we do turn on alpha because we need it to be blended. So then we're gonna have, I don't know. I need this to actually have a texture already. Also do need it to be UV edited as well. Let me hide the cup. We do have that cut there, so maybe it's fine. Like cut the bottom as well. Let's take that as the edge. Mark that seam. And I do need it to be like sliced down the middle, so I'll choose like the back of it and grab that and just remove these. No, get rid of that. There we go. Oh, we'll get rid of that too. Gonna mark seam on that. Kind of already was unwrapped, and I hate that this is like that. Because I don't need this shaped that way. I need this whole piece to be a like rectangular color, and there's no easy way to fix this, in my opinion, or at least I don't know how to do it easily. Like I have no clue how to do that. Now I'm scaling this on the Y and then 0. I'm trying to make a scale X. Oh, no. 0. Do that. Scale X. 0. I'm trying to make a square or rectangle. Scale X. 0. And I don't remember how to do this. Question mark. Follow active quads. There you go. So I turned that into a rectangle, right? And then forced everything to, follow what I had selected, which was this rectangle. So now everything is a straight line. And I think I'll just leave that like that. So we'll do that, and we'll just stretch this bad boy out like so until it fills the entire thing. Then we'll grab these. I don't know which one's which. This might be the bottom. Needs to be as high up as possible. Maybe even like shrink it down so it fits. You'll understand later. Same thing with this one. Shrink it down. Have it as close to that edge as possible. And then we'll come back to that later. So now we're going to go back to trying to work on the cup. So do we just straight up do that? I need to test something else out. I didn't do this yesterday, and I was thinking about doing it yesterday, but I didn't feel like trying to do it live. As an input. It is inputs. So I forget how to set this up. I would need like a weird density thing, maybe like a color ramp here, or maybe color ramp the other way around. Can I get a color ramp? Oh my god. Whoops, did not mean to do that. That can plug into that. And then this will just be... this perhaps? Doesn't work that way. I don't know which... oh, that doesn't plug in either. There's some way to do this, and I don't know what it is. Because this doesn't plug into that. And I don't think this plugs into that either, does it? Well, unless it's plugs into the factor, perhaps? Because it won't... well, it will plug into that. And this is why I don't really like trying to do this. Because I'd have to open up one of my older projects and try to remember how to do something like this. Let me go to the T because I can't see. So it's 100% favoring that. Do we want to just like an add texture instead, or an add shader? Like adding these two together rather than mixing them. Okay, there we go. That is what I wanted. We don't really need it to be anything. We could have it be just that. But then having this allows... let's make this constant. Other way, I guess. Okay, never mind. B-spline. It is. You can force the edges of the cup to shine like this if you add Frenzel to it. Or what is this called? Yeah, Fresnel. Now that I've created like a fake look to that, increase the roughness so it reflects. And it's not really reflecting that hard. Metallic actually allows you to get like a decent amount of reflection. Right? And the Frenzel allows you to see the edges better. I don't know if increasing this drops that or not. Yeah, just lower it just so it's not too obnoxious, right? Now it's just dealing with this. I could take the T, add modifier, deform, shrink wrap, above surface, target normal, like negative numbers maybe, and then click on cup and see what happens. But just push it away, not in like a way that I would want it to be pushed away, but yeah, no. I'll just leave it like that. Let's just play around with the T for now. Again, we did UV edit this, so we can do some modification. Might have to create a custom color. Yeah, we have to make an image texture. New. It could be 4096. So that's 4K. This doesn't really matter. Yeah, new image. Then we need to click on this, go to UV editing or anything, or texture paint, whatever. Anything that will allow us to come over here and go to image and then like save as. And then just go to where you keep this stuff and save that so that it is saved, because again, Blender will just delete that stuff out of existence if you don't do that. Plug that into there. It's just going to be white for now. So we come back to texture paint. You can see this is the UV for that, right? Which is important, which is why we had to straighten this out. We need like a dark brown to a caramel color, right? Which is why this is important. We're going to go ahead and take fill. We're going to take gradient. And like I was just saying, we need a dark brown, maybe like with a little red in it. And then we need a caramel. I kind of want it to be deeper than that, but not... Like, there's a good color in there somewhere. Maybe brighten it up again, and then bring it down. Like, I need a nice brown color. I wish you could eye drop the screen, but you can't do that. Just bring it all the way up. It's just like full. You know, actually, that's good. And just in case, color palette new, and then add, no, get rid of that. Shoot. And now it's lost forever. Now we gotta do it again. That was probably like the perfect color. Too red. Be there. I don't know why this isn't being added to the color palette. I have it selected, guys. Why are you not giving me the color? Am I crazy? It keeps adding that instead of, you know, the color that I literally have selected right now. It's because it's not over here, which is very annoying. Fine. Gotta switch the hex so I can just copy the hex of this color. Come over here, type the hex in, then add it down. Like, this is really stupid. Why do I have to back out? It's just a oversight on their part. Who knows if this is something that's already fixed, since I am using a who knows how many years old version of Blender now, because again, I can't use any new version because computer can't handle it. It crashes on startup. So we have those two colors now. So something like this. So then we're going to take the fill here and do that. So we gotta figure out how we want it to look. For starters. Hope the computer doesn't completely just kill itself. Let's actually just save right now before that becomes an issue. Gonna hide the cup. This is showing me that this needs to be this way, which tells me to go into UV editing. Well, actually, no, I don't need to go into editing. Never mind. Do I? Yes, I do. Yeah, go to editing and then select the face here. And we're going to scale this on the X. This will make sense in a second, I think. We need to grab that now. Scoot it over. Again, I don't know which one is which, so... Maybe you understand like why this is... I have this set up the way I have it set up. So it actually needs to be up and down, because I'm going to do it this way. Right, so actually... Scale X a bit lower. So this. I like that, but we need the top and bottom to be better than that. More. Yeah, you want more of this dark color on the bottom. I need this to be deformed as well. And that tells me this is opposites as well. So go to UV, put this over here, and you over there. What does it look like when it's not like that? I mean, if I add like the glossiness and the subsurface scattering, it'll look better. But I think we need to go even further again. So we're going to start here and create the gradient and then stop there as well. So like a lot of it is on top. And I feel like this color is too bright. Not bright, but not bright enough, and too red. Like it needs to be brown, but not like that. Maybe this? I cannot tell the difference. What the heck? Oh, okay. There's a difference. Redo that. Yeah, there we go. I just wasn't looking when I did it. It still looks better over here than over here, though. Like this color. Looks so much better here than actually on the object. And now this is too high. This color needs to be different. That's too red. It's gonna be like too yellow, but we need it to be brown, but like it needs to be tan, but tan in a not red way, which means we need more orange, but increase the saturation on that. Like there. Save that hex, because we need to come over here and then do that. Save that. Then click on that, remove it. Let's try that. Also, this needs to not be that high. So from here to there. Sure, slow with that. So I need to figure out something like now. I don't know if I can do it. So I'm gonna run this T through. A wave texture, but I need to somehow apply this wave texture to this, and I don't think it works that way. Because like the color needs to be going through that. So that. And this doesn't work either. Because I need to combine this with that, but it's not gonna work the way I want it to. I mean, I guess if I could just have like a color ramp, it would be good, but I need this to be the color ramp. Like if I could just change this to that, that would be like great. But we have our colors, so I guess we can just get away with it. But then like not really at the same time? I don't know. This stuff is like always so annoying to try to figure out some of this. You're like, you're better off just drawing it by hand. I'm doing that just because, let me see. Well, now that I've done that, I can actually eye drop this color. And that color, I'm eye dropping the colors behind me so I can change it to this. Yeah, that's just going to do that. I wonder why the objects generates like that too. Weird. Everything generates that. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Wait, why now with the UV on does it like work? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, I need this to add weirdness to it. I think I understand how to do it too. Hold on. Because I need the distortion, right? And it needs to be brown. And this is going to be white to that brown. This is going to mix together in a multiply full factor and then plug that in. Then we got to figure out how to remove. Yeah. Does it need to be multiply or does it need to be darken? Yeah, darken works. I mean, I'm kind of just being like lazy. Like before we get to this point, we have to kill the top of this too. Just want to see what happens when I do this. Nothing, because it's a lighter color. Yeah, I just need to maybe do it manually. I don't know. Getting that white in there as well. Because I haven't done a like serious layer job like this in a long time. I think it only really happens when I'm making like VTuber models. We've already been here for 40 minutes as well. Oof. I need another color ramp. Why is it doing that? This is crooked instead of being correct. I don't know why it's like that. Like, why are you crooked like that? You're using the UV. Hello? What is wrong with you? Like, that's always annoying because then you gotta like manually do something like that. In 90s too, I guess to 45. Negative 45. Drop this down so you can see if it's. No, yeah, okay, good. That's good. This needs to be B spline. And plug that in there so we can see what it's doing. It's not screening the way I would want it to be. Weird that it's not completely just deleting everything with that. That doesn't make any sense. This isn't pure white as well. I didn't realize that. Stop that from doing that. We can maybe like pull this back a bit. We have that doing that, and then you can apply this to this because this is being multiplied. Right, it's being darkened, so the white won't do anything to this. Plug that in. The heck? Why is it applying that there but not the other way around? That's weird. Why is it like not correct? Did I mess something up? That should have worked. Because we have to multiply. I have to multiply instead. That just unfortunately means this does that. Can we soften that so that it doesn't do that? Not really. It's just like unfortunate that darken doesn't work. We have to multiply, but then multiplying screws everything up. I doubt this is going to make a difference. Yeah, once again, it just starts doing that. It's been a while since I've had to like layer things like this. Like stack textures on top of textures to get a look that I want. We're actually doing, you know, node work. Like crazy node work for the daily node. And multiply is nice, but then it's like it's getting mixed in with that, and I don't know if I want this to be so visible. I think we can do that. Do we want more distortion or less distortion? More detail or less detail? And then also possibly like dropping that. We need the opposite happening to the top, by the way. Less distortion. So now we need to like copy. That needs to be at the end. We need to copy this. Like how much of it though do we need to copy? Like maybe taking, no, because it needs to be multiplied. Multiply that on top of that. So maybe we actually extend past this now. You know, this eventually just keep getting bigger and bigger as you keep stacking stuff on top of each other. So now we take this. Let me duplicate this entire thing. Duplicate this and put it into that so we can see it. I know there's a command for that, but don't worry about it. We want this to actually be different. We need this to be this color, I think. And this needs to be backwards. So there, there, and then there. Well, the other way. Like that. And then this, that, and that. But this needs to be white, perhaps, and this needs to be black. And then we're multiplying down. Okay, no, that was right. I was confused there for a second. It's working on different rules for some reason. This needs to be, distortion needs to be up, but the size needs to be down. That like that for now. Kind of might just need not this, but a noise, or we need to combine these two together. It's like, this isn't like something to really be doing on camera, at least not for something that's supposed to go quick, because I might need to combine these things together. This and this. Plug that in. Big T-tail on that. So I don't know if we need roughness per se. Increase the scaling on that. Do we need to multiply this or not? It doesn't need to be multiplied, so... we take this and put it into that instead. Yeah, that is multiplying that. The distortion here is like unnecessary, I feel like. Doing here? Am I screening this? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I might need to elongate this. So where is the noise? I don't know if it's the X or going to be the Y, or maybe Z? No. Okay, Y does increase its... Let's see. That's pushing it that way. I do want to move it up, so we're going to move it actually backwards. Let's stretch out the wave there. That kind of makes me want to either stretch out. Is this the right one? The one on the bottom? Stretch this out as well. It needs to be stretched out, or it just needs to be smaller. Like eventually, like the scaling becomes too much there. Okay, that doesn't look right anymore. doesn't need to be perfect, right? This needs to look good enough. What is happening to the top of this? Nothing, because of how that's set up. And the bottom? Bottom just have like whatever the heck is going on there. So I think we want to maybe increase this, which is wrong way, the other way. That's that. I actually want to shrink this because I don't like how high it is. I just wish it was a part of the thing. Now where is now you can see how crazy the node work is getting in the very spider webby situation down here of stacking textures on top of textures on top of textures. I wanted to increase the amount of white that's being applied here. I think I want it to sink pretty far down. And possibly even increase the size, which would actually make you do this instead. Like pull the scale back so that it gets bigger. Actually, bring it down to what 20 is. Is 20 too much, or do we want it to be what you call it? Also, adding a wave into this changes how it looks completely as well. Makes it look, what you call it, odd. What about in front of you? Audio just reset from how long it's been going on for. Yeah, it just gives you weird things when you do something like this, but I don't think we're looking for that, so we can get rid of that. I think this is fine. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be like okay. I want to keep like pulling that down. Might even come down to the initial texture down here. Go to texture paint. Actually, we're just gonna need to go to UV. UV and grab this and move it down. Just so I can see what that looks like. Moving this up. Now to add more like of this down there. I think that's fine. Did it actually move? No, it didn't change that. It's just that's okay. Actually, like how much of the darkness do we want? And that's no, I want this. This doesn't really matter, we can just have it overlapping. This though, I am going to scale up. Try to find like a decent spot for it to be placed at. Just keep scaling it. look good? Like there? I think that's fine. I just wish I could properly blend that down. Maybe we can just live with that. It's already what, 4:30. We have an hour and a half before I have to upload this video. So today's video might be late. It can go up at 7. It doesn't matter. I do need to start doing these videos like earlier than when I end up doing them. Okay, so we have that. We have our tea. We still need to like the boba though, but I'm gonna hope I can somehow fake that with transmission, even though transmission hates us. Okay, well, transmission did a lot of work there. We don't want a reflection like this though, which is a problem. Like we need it to have transmission, but not like that. If I go to alpha blend, that's gonna mess everything up. Because we have these stupid see-through parts. I mean, we could just backface coal, I guess, if we need to. And we're gonna have to do that. Then backface coaling, but then, you know, that doesn't look really, look nice, right? We kind of don't want to have alpha blend on. Alpha hashed. Alpha hashed is okay. You can see the seam here though, for the T. Backface coaling so long. Roughness off. We need the specular turned off. Try to get rid of any weird lighting. We can turn sheen on just to have a look at what that would do to the sides of this. I mean, it shouldn't be collecting anything, right? It should just be a solid color. Which is kind of like annoying. It's like, why aren't you a solid color? Metallic. Why is it look... Would it look crusty there for... Like this has added some color, making metallic, but... 1.33 for that. Alpha to a 0.0... just 0.9 maybe. It's alpha hashed, which makes it look like that, but probably the best way to do for see-through. Now for the main thing that I wanted to try here, which is putting on a subsurface on this. So I'm just going to crank it up a bit to see what happens. It should end up making it look soft. Okay, or not. It's barely doing anything. Increase the scale, I guess. Huh. Is it because of the transmission? I'm so confused on the subsurface scattering not doing anything. Is it because of this? No? Like, why isn't the subsurface doing anything? Like, that's confusing. Let me just like try to reset all that stuff back to normal. Weird. Did I never turn it on? No, it's turned on. Refractions and all that. Huh. Weird. I've never had the issue where subsurface just does nothing. Or appears to be doing nothing. Very weird. That's unfortunate. So I figured that was gonna like fix a lot of why this doesn't look too great. What does 0.8 look like? The problem with like hashed is, you know, you get this look to it, which isn't great. The blends just suck so much. Like, I don't know why alpha blend is just so horrendous. Like, and if they fix it, there's nothing I can do because again, we're on 4.1 and I can't use any of the others. Kind of just realizing the mic is like really low. Okay, I fixed that. Don't know how long it's been so far away. But this, I'm just not noticing it slowly sinking over time. Alpha blends. Because like as soon as you turn alpha blend on, this happens. And then backface culling screws everything up. And there's no amount of, you know, mesh normals set from faces that'll fix it. Because I don't know what causes it to look like that. Like, why do you look like that? Recalculating doesn't do anything. Flipping them doesn't do anything. Flipping them back. Let me just make sure that this actually is blue. Yep, it's blue. Like, what do you want from me to stop this from happening? From looking like that? I don't know. Or if it's just like a problem with Blender or what. It's weird that the top of this isn't see-through either. Like, why is the top not alpha blended? It does eventually do that, so I don't know. Might have to have like no shadow turned on for that. Well, the computer doesn't die, just turned on ray tracing. Not that it's actually going to make a difference. This drives me crazy, the freaking blends doing that. Let's go down the hash again and turn this to a 0.9 so we can see through it. Like, maybe it's fine, but I don't know. Add a coat. This will just force it to shine. Even though it shouldn't be shining. I probably should add like an emission, actually. Maybe that's what I need. Is a emission to force it to, oops, be brighter. So go to shading, take everything and put it into emissions color, right? And then you just come over to emission and change the strength, and it'll make it brighter. I haven't looked at this with the cup. I'm like worried what this is going to look like once I turn the cup on. But we'll just have to go ahead and see. I mean, it's not terrible. You can kind of see through the bottom of it though. Like a 0.99 maybe? 0.99. Just so there's some alpha. It's weird how much the cup isn't shining, actually. Because you have the reflections, of course, but It's not that much. I didn't turn my coat on though, so that might actually add some extra to it. It didn't. Sheen, that's just gonna coat the edges with some shine. Or not, because I guess the frenzel. I kind of need more of a shine to this. I got 0.2 there. Yeah, why is the cup just like not shining? It's just like not enough to allow it to shine like that. Like 0.1. This is like a bit too much, honestly. We could add the glass shader, I guess, but I don't know about that. Can't even see underneath it. It looks weird. Right there. Let's just like add a straw now before it's too late. By too late, I mean before I forget. Scale it on the Z a bunch, then scale it down. Now, do these straws usually end up being like really big? Like, are you actually supposed to drink the boba with a straw? Question mark. That's why it needs to be huge. Scale that on the Z. It needs to be able to get into the bottom, but still be at the top. So like there, then up. Then we'll go ahead and edit this. Well, I mean, we're already edited, but I mean, grab the outside here and insert faces. To like start sharpening that. We need to remove the top and bottom of the straw. I don't know if you even need to solidify this thing, since the straw should be like really thin, but I'll do it anyways. So generate solidify, then make this an incredibly small solidification. Maybe make that like a 2. Just have like some depth to that. Again, not that it needs it. And then that's kind of like fine there. We just need to rotate it. Geometry like that, and put me over here, then like something like that. Gonna move it further up. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So there, pull it up. Then we can add some like extra spin just to make it more dynamic rather than just at that one angle. Okay, straw has been acquired. I wanted the straw to be red though. Or not red, but like pink. Okay, so there we go. Pink boba tea spittle. Do we need a lid though? That's what's like bothering me. Like, do we want a lid or what? I don't know. You might be asking yourself, why are you making a cube? Well, dear viewer, that is because we need ice, right? So I'm gonna try to make an ice cube. even though I don't think I can. Bevel everything. To like a soft cube like that. A rounded cube. We can maybe take these. Have I grabbed every side? I think I have. Do that, then proportional editing, scale that down just to create like crunching down onto the shape of the cube. I grab that and like pull it down. Could also grab everything, even like subdivide it again, and then come down to smooth. I got like an anti-smooth. No. Randomize vertices and smooth that down just to see what happens. It's too screwed, so I don't want to do that. I click randomize vertices and then the amounts. Yeah, there we go. Just like a 0.1 on the amounts. And then we're going to do something we haven't done before, which is go into sculpt. This actually probably should be set to smooth. So sculpt mold. And grab a... Where's the smoothing? Well, we don't need to do the smooth specifically because we can just turn smooth on, but we need to change smooth to not have such power. So we're going to hold shift and then left click on any object, and that allows us to smooth this out. Like all the edges are smoothing around. So fix some of any like issues that came out of from doing that. Then I'm going to take the cloth thing and actually cloth brush and just left click and just distort this. So just move it around until it gets like a shape that you appreciate, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty okay. I mean, maybe this like play around with this edge here. Yeah, that's fine. Now it's like, hey, do you know how to make an ice cube? No. We're gonna do it like in real time because I don't know what I'm doing. We need to hide this. Because it's gonna be taking up too much processing power. Nice. We're gonna start with this. We might bring it up to like a blue. Kind of want to do the same thing as everything else, right? Roughness down, maybe metallic up, transmission up, alpha blend, even though alpha blend sucks horrendously. I don't know why it does that. Bring it down to like a 0.9 maybe. 0.8. The metallic is doing a lot of work here. I don't know what the IOR of ice is, so we'll just live with that. I need to do what we were doing earlier, which is do that. Add Frenzel. How did I apply this? Just a color ramp into Frenzel, sure. Color ramp, so I can like bring it back to the front to here. Need a add shader. Add these together. I need the metallic to go away so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to change this to red so I can Hopefully, I'm surprised that it's not actually changing to red. I thought it should have done that, but I guess not. So it's pure white now. I think this is fine, it just needs to be dropped, like, the see-through needs to be more. Add some, like, more blue, possibly, to it. Is dropping this even lower fine? Maybe. Like, it doesn't, again, it doesn't need to be perfect, just needs to get the job done. Like, hurry up and get the job done. There we go. I think that's like a decent size to the ice as well. Like, it doesn't need to be smaller than that. So now we just go ahead and add the ice, however, and just do stuff like that. Just constantly add them like so, just and randomly spin them around. I mean, obviously I have to like sync them back down appropriately to how they should be, and that this needs to actually be pushed forward because it's actually going to be clipping through that. Otherwise, you can be smaller. Changing their size as well makes sense. You down, original up. This one down and spin it to be like more flat. Ice is acting a bit too uniform, I think. Like man-made, but oh well. The only problem with this is you can't see the ice, so like that, none of that adding the ice below too doesn't really matter, just because of how stupid the alpha blending is. And transmissions, I don't know what happened to transmissions. Like I swear you used to be able to do like proper transmissions of stuff in the back in the day, but I guess not anymore. Well, not on the version of Blender that I'm using, question mark. I actually think the ice is too see-through. I think it should have like less of that. At 0.7 actually is perfectly fine. And maybe I don't want it to be blue though. I mean pink, it shouldn't be pink either. Black might go a long way. So making it black just makes it make it look different. I don't know, white, like pure white's fine too. But maybe just still with white. I was gonna say let me move this, but it's already gonna be like clipping against the wall as is. Maybe I just spin you like this so I can get you closer to the edge. Okay, so it's not like too weird. Push this over here. Like, hope that's not clipping, but it kind of looks like it is. It's not, it's fine. Now, do I want this to be pink, actually, or should it be white? I don't know. I thought like the pink was like cute. Blue? Actually, you know what? My favorite color growing up was red. To be like a hater. Not to be a hater, but like the opposite of one of my sisters. I have 5, well 4, technically 5 though, sisters, but the sister who lived with me was, had like her favorite color is blue. So it's like we were opposites, right? I like blue, she likes red. Or I like red, she likes blue. I mean, but I actually think blue is a great color, and it can be like really nice. Like, see, look at that. Oof. That's like a crit to me right now. This like blue, you know, we're going with this blue. Like, cause I mean, look at that. That it's not quite pastel, it's a powder blue, I think. Like powder blue. So yeah, I like that. We got the ice, we got that. I'm not gonna give this a cap. You cannot force me to give this a cap. Well, all these ice cubes. You know what these ice cubes need? They need a collection of their own. So give me these and then put them in there. Because ice cubes already have cube in the name, we don't even have to rename them. What we do need to do is, I want to see again the transmission. Like, I just wish transmission actually worked right. Because if I keep dropping this, it's gonna start looking dumb. Like, you can kind of see the ice now when I drop it down to like a 9, but I don't like it doing that. Yeah, like transmission just nothing. It literally does nothing. I can live with it being like a 98, so I feel like you can kind of see the straw here, and that like this should not be see-through, question mark, is the thing. The only reason we even wanted to be see-through in the first place is because of the boba. Like the main thing, we haven't even added the boba to this drink yet. Do I want to just apply the solidify here? Edit this. I'm just gonna add a thing there. I might even pull that up. No, proportional still turned on. I just pulled it up, just like add fake rounding to that. Cut around the edge here as well. Like, same thing there too. I might scale that on the X and Y by pressing scale, which is S, then pressing X, then pressing Shift Z to remove Z from the equation there. I'm just gonna do that so it rounds that edge outward. And actually, UV, like stripping something down, does sometimes help with how it looks. Why can I not see anything? Do I have that turned off? I had it turned off, okay. Like if we go ahead and grab, let's just grab everything and then UV, smart UV, just let it do it itself. It looks ugly, but I don't really care. And it did make a difference, right? It still looks the same, but I just wanted to see what happens if I did that. And then we need the boba. So am I gonna have to draw the boba on, or what? So we can go to texture paint. Let me just make sure I'm clicking on everything. We can go to the texture, click on the texture, then texture paint. Then come to the paintbrush. Drop that down to like a... I just need to see where this goes. Okay. Because I need to see what part of this is where. Hello? Any day now. Okay, so I have to... My computer's so bad it can't show me in real time, so I have to just do that. So that's where that is. I mean, I guess you just go around this edge in general. Do you just take that color and like slowly drop that down to like a dark, but not like a black? Actually make this like a 70, 75, perhaps. Then you just do that. Just add circles. I think it needs to be bigger than that. Like this. So I can just press 120. So I can just hold down the button. I feel like that is, even that's like not strong enough. 200. Don't worry about that line, that's just like a glitch. That one was too high. We don't want to encroach on the... Whatchamacallit too much. We want to stay below. Like we want to stay down here. I try not to get too far above that. But we can go like 100 and then get like a small one. Drop me to a 40. No, that's too small. Maybe back to 50. Well, back to 100. There, like here. You need like different sizes throughout, not just a bunch of big ones. Well, because this is stretched out too, it's not making them perfect circles, it's making them squashed. I can't tell if that's good or not. This one being up here by itself is too great. Like, where do I need to add something? Is that you over here? It's this one. It's that one. Like maybe we just need more like big ones, but like barely. I just realized I shouldn't have done this on this layer. I should have done it on a layer above this layer. Because now if I want to undo this, it's not gonna be right. So we have to do this again. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to start from the beginning. Now was this like over here and then like there? Oh wait, it's over here, duh. So need to try to get this to be about the same. I need this selected so I can see it when I'm doing this. So it's like about there. So I think I did something like this. Yeah, that seems to be about right? Question mark. Do we want this to be like add a color, bring it up here, and then have this be, well, first off that, but then just a lighter color, like even lighter than that, like this, and then see where that takes me. That brightened the top of it a lot. I think I'm fine with that, so let's just make sure we save that. Then we unfortunately have to come down here and like pull this down, and then add texture, image texture, and then have this coming into another one of these, but then we create new, 4K needs to be white. Remember, this needs to be pure white. Then Boba. And then we can click on that to go to texture paint. Then we need to save the image, of course, because if we don't, that's a problem. Alright, then this needs to plug into this, and it needs to be multiplied. Let me just tap out so I can see. Make sure nothing gets screwed up in this act. Oh, looks fine. Yeah, so that this is multiplying, so white turns into nothing when being multiplied on top of any other color. And that's why we want that, because then we can go into texture, and then just add our Boba. We just can't see where we're putting them, but they're like around here, right? Just place them wherever. Again. Where's the line? I think this is the line right here. Yeah, that's the top of the line. But remember to add some stuff higher than that. Oh, these are like so like big now. Why are they so big? That looks weird. 100 now. Get some hundreds in there. They were just creating the illusion of that. So this is over here, yeah, because this ends there. So we have to put something here. I don't like how that's like that. Maybe like something bigger, like 150, and then that could be there. It needs to be here. Where's the front of the cup? This is the front. Where are you at? That's this. Hundreds. That's getting too high. We might need to like wash this with a white brush with like the strength cranked down to like a 0.1 because it's too bright. So you just get like a huge thing. So I'm just gonna click here. Well, I need a straight line actually. Come over here, straight line. There, and then go down like that. Should have saved before I did this because texture painting can, in fact, cause my computer to crash. So there, I just saved. This needs to be bigger than that, though. And then we're just gonna go with another swab down again to like lighten this. I should have like used gray, maybe. See how long it's taking. I'm just realizing the mic did it again. Hold on. I just do not notice my mic sinking down. It's barely making them fade. They are kind of fading, but like barely. Let me crank this to like a 3. There we go. Now we're getting the effect of density. Looks like the further back into the drink they are, the softer their color should be. The closer to the thing they are, the darker they should be. So we're gonna have like another one here. But then like this becomes like even lighter. Like I'll try to make that even lighter. And like here, we'll get the even lighter treatment. Yeah, there we go. So what I should be doing is just using like black at a 3. Looks like, do I want to add any more? Again, this is the front, so this is what matters the most. Add like, what the heck? This is supposed to be like 0.3. This should be 100. This is like here. Yeah, it's right there. So just making it light to begin with is good. So I'm gonna actually change this to good old 200. Then drop this down to a 0.1 perhaps, and then see what that looks like. Yeah, just adding a bunch of random 1 dots in there will cause it to have even more depth. This is just like art stuff now. This is not even Blender stuff. Because now it seems like you can vaguely see Boba inside. Oh, we need more of this happening here in the middle. I'm gonna click on one I've already clicked on to make it darker. You, yeah, there we go. And you, which I think is over here. Yeah, it's that one. Maybe this one up here. Like you are like juiced on boba. This is like a 70% boba drink. And we just add some nuance to these down here, right? Where like some of them are slightly darker. Like this one's like really close to the edge. Do that a couple times actually. I don't want it to be too dark. I think I can live with that. No. Actually, what I kind of hate this. forgot I still had stroke on. Or that's on line, I mean. It needs to be on space. Just like slowly drawing over that because I didn't like that being like that. I want one underneath it though. Like underneath this one? Like there? Yeah, like, it's too stacked. Like there, that's good. And I think this way would be over here. The other way? Yeah, this way. There we go. I think that is great. And then we can just save that. There we go. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Anything else I need to add to this? Like maybe want the white stuff to be more than that? Question mark. Which is, where is that? The noise texture up here. No, we were like stretching it out. The thing is like at the scale actually needs to be lower if you want the like overall size to be bigger, like that. And then possibly, no, not that. This needs to be separated, but like chill on this, perhaps. Yeah, maybe that needs to be on a 1. So this is like on a 20. That's like too stretched. We just gotta like figure like what we want out of this. Like find like a good one. A good placement. I think 4 was fine. It's just getting like a decent chunk on there. Mixed in. I think we're just gonna live with that. It has been like the standard 150 minutes, so I don't think I need to add anything else. So we could add like the water droplets to the cup, I guess, if we wanted to. If I want to try to do that real quick without destroying the computer. 30. There. Velocity, which is like a 0. Add mesh. I go. Just put you over there for a second. It needs to be in the collection. New collection. Put the atmosphere in there. This can just be the cup's texture. In collection 4. It's weird that I can't see any of the particles on this. Am I on frame 1? I am on frame 0, which is the same thing. wondering why it's like nothing is here. Like, why is nothing being projected out of this? Yeah, I'm not in object mode. That is so weird. Straw, do you want to have particles? I think this is bugged or something, because no particles are coming out of anything. Yeah, like nothing is happening. I guess now maybe it's just because I'm on frame 0 and not frame 1. I guess there. It's because I was on frame 0. Zero. Collection. 4. Now, where was the thing? The faces? Actually, we want it to be from faces because it's the, whatchamacallit, the size. And the size is fine. Do the same thing we did before, which is take this, that, and then pull up to give kind of like a drop look to it. Even like bend it in. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Then add icosphere as well into there as well. So we have different variations. Duplicate that inside. Like this one, just 6 scale and see, squash it down. Drop the scale on that maybe. Well, scale up, scale, and then randomize the scale. And then just change the C to something more interesting. Also edit this. To be like about here. Turn that into a group, assign that to that group. And then for the particles, we go ahead and come down here to collection. Well, not collection, but vertex groups, density, the group, so it only puts this stuff here. And then, how does that look? Doing that hides that. Hello? Why aren't these knots? That's because I made them from scratch there. They kind of stick out too much. Honestly. I'll get rid of those. I'll just keep that. Yeah, that looks better just with those. It's a matter of, okay, do we want 100 of them, or is 100 too much? 100 is too many. And I think I need to change this to be its own thing. And then change its modifier so that this isn't as strong. Which is just like, just try to get this as close to that as possible. Okay, that looks fine. I think that's pretty darn good, if I don't say so myself, question mark. For someone who has never experienced this beverage before, I think this is pretty darn good. I think that's like a good look, right? That looks pretty fantastic. Are these like doubling on top of each other? Hold on, we need to change the seed for this. Those like two are stacked on top of each other right there. Unless that's just like a reflection. I think I like that. Yeah, I think that is good. I just wish the straw didn't look like that. There's nothing I can really do about that. By the look like that, I mean you can see like lines on it, but that's just something that happens typically with low poly stuff. Why can't I... That's because this isn't on. There. I think even if I do this, it's still gonna have those lines on it. You can still see the lines. Let me see if I subdivide. Yeah, the lines go away, I guess, if I subdivide, but... It doesn't really matter, it's just for a picture anyways for the thumbnail, so... There we go. There is our boba tea. Was able to successfully achieve creating that. And let me know in the comments if you would drink this, question marks. I mean, it looks really good, right? Just making it all within Blender. You know, the ices looks nice, it really pops. It's almost stylized, right? It looks very anime, and it's because of the Frenzel. Like, the Frenzel does a lot of heavy lifting in an anime style. Right, even though that's not necessarily what I'm going for, but if you apply it to the edge of an object, it makes it look anime-ish. The audio in the background just rotated for the second time because it's only an hour long. But yeah, getting like the Frenzel, like I said, does a lot of hefty lifting to give it that stylized look. And whatnot. Like, I think the white came out pretty good, like the gradients as well, and then faking the boba on the inside. Again, that's more of just like an artistic technique rather than Blender. Question mark, right? Anyways, though, I think I can finally end. I'm just like really admiring this boba that I made. Anyways, though, so yeah, cuties, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers. I think about becoming a member. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So we can watch time and subscribers. And don't forget we have a throne now as well. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and Alexgkiller 880. Yeah, cuties. Thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, hype. Don't forget to hype. And comments. You know the do. See ya.